All right, Gino, give me the next slide. I got a series of questions, just to get us all primed. Okay, so we're probably just getting around, I know we are at the region, getting ready to do some inspection. So you're out, you did an inspection in May. All right, May 28th. You finished the routine inspection. The last one was done in 2014, May 3. Is this inspection considered late? Yes or no?
No.
Any yeses?
Tom, is that bridge road posted? Is it?
Don't complicate it. It's a simple bridge inspection. Okay? So, a simple bridge, non-posted. So anybody say yes, it's late? Everybody says no. Why is that?
24 month.
24 month?
Has to be completed in the same month it was completed
Correct.
in the previous cycle.
Very good. You get a bonus. All right. So yes, everybody hear that? It's not late because it's completed in the same month 24 months ago. All right? Now, you don't get around to entering that inspection until June 20th. Now is that inspection late?
No.
Yes or no? Anybody say yes? We got a yes. Anybody else want to agree with Mark? Okay. We got a couple. 3, 4. The rest of you say no? Okay, let's talk about this. The answer is no. It is not late. All right? Because when you enter that inspection, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that during quality control, we are allowing you basically the next month to get it entered. Because we can track when it's entered. You're gonna, when you enter it, you're still going to put May 28th, right, as your inspection date. You should be, right? But HSI is smart enough to know you're entering it on June 20th. Okay? It is not late, even in June when you're entering it. Okay, did I just confuse everybody here? Okay. And the reason I did that question is I want us to turn into our manuals to the last divider. Okay? So, we're going to talk a little bit about performance measures. I mentioned it in my introduction. We get measured on and because the federal highways, as they call them metrics, everybody hear that term? They have 23 metrics just pertaining to bridge stuff that they measure each state. Okay? And one of the metrics is late inspection. All right? And what we do as a state, because the state includes all the local bridges, remember the partnership I talked about in the beginning? You guys, doing your inspections, 2/3 of it go into the reporting of the performance measures because about 2/3 of the bridges in the state are local bridges. So what you guys do on the local side feeds into the performance measures for the entire state. Okay? And one of the things we do as a DOT is we monitor these metrics or performance measures, and then of course we report them out. They get reported to, the upper management within the DOT. It's not just us guys at the region. It's high-end upper management see these reports, correct, Dave?
Correct.
All right? So, I'm going to show you, this is one of them. This first page, it's in your back section, the report. You don't go to, click on that report routing, it should pop up that PDF. You got it? But anyway, he's pulling up this page. this is a report from last year. Let's just look at it. We break it out by local structures is the first page. State structures on the second page. And then a total summary, kind of a flow, not a flow chart, but this sheet. But you can see this is pertaining just to performance inspection, your late inspections. Okay? Are the inspections getting done on time? Just like my question. Are they getting done within that 24-month frequency? Okay? Local structures, we got it broke out by high risk and just routine. Okay, so in this period of time, which I believe for this report was April to October, to the end of December. Okay, you can see the big pie, 623 high-risk routine inspections were done. Okay, the high risk are your 12-month inspections, and I think load posted, well, which would be, they're all the 12 months. And then 671 routine inspections, not including, so on the local side, in that period of time, about 1,300 local bridges were inspected, statewide. Okay? And then you see the second pie pulled out showing of the, for example, the top circle of the 623 high-risk inspections, 53 of them were considered late. And then we break it out by how much late. 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. Okay? The big trigger is the 4 months. Okay? We don't, and we will not, have any bridge inspection later than 4 months. Correct, Dave? That's our goal. We don't want them more than 1 month.
Yeah. That's our goal.
And that's our goal here in the region, is we're not having any late inspections.
The problem with anything less or greater than 4 months is it only takes one bridge. And we've had that happen in past years. Guys will come in and say, you have one bridge. Out of 14,000, one bridge was 5 months late. Right. More than 4 months late.
That one bridge.
You get an F. You fail.
We fail.
Write an improvement plan. What are you going to do there? What new policies are you going to institute so that doesn't happen again?
Right. So it takes one bridge in the entire state being 4 months late to give the state a big F for inspecting bridges on time. And we've had it for every year since we started doing this. Routine inspections. So then you can turn the page, look at the state side. You know, on the state side, we did about 1,800 bridge inspections. You know, we had a few late ones. Okay? But then, if you look at the chart here, it breaks it down by county. And I'm not here to point any fingers. You can look at the data yourself. But you can see the Rhinelander office and Wisconsin Rapids office in this block. And these are the numbers that feed the pie charts. Okay? You know, of the counties we have, a good share of them were 100%. You know, this is the data that is captured. We're looking at a bridge at the program level, but we neck it right down to the bridge. And this is stuff that gets reported. Okay? And the quality control plan, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later and this afternoon, a lot of it is geared, and that's only one of the 23 metrics in late inspections. So we're monitoring 22 other things. That's why that's just the way it is. Willie?
Most of these are probably load posted bridges. How many of these are attributed to HSI not knowing?
Well, yeah, then you got to get into the details. Okay? I know for a fact what happened, especially out of the Wisconsin Rapids office, was we kind of got balled up switching from interim inspections on the 12 months to routine. Okay? We had interim inspections entered, but we were looking for the routine. It didn't see the routine, so it got flagged.
That's our one on Chris's line that we missed.
Yeah. So We're constantly improving. That's one of the other reasons why I host this, to get this stuff so everybody understands. Last year, some stuff came out mid-year. You know, we get emails, and if you guys emails like mine, I fly through them because I get 40 a day, and it's like, okay, what's this, oh, here's another report, I'll look at it later. Well, pretty soon it's down below the screen, and it's like, I'm on to the next shiny object. Right.
I think you just want to mention too that we don't allow interim inspections anymore, like for 12 months. In the past we have, but now they at least have to be a routine inspection, otherwise they get flagged.
Yep, and we're going to be covering that real shortly with the load posted policies, but I'll just reinforce. In the past, we did a lot of interim inspections, load posted. Those are official routine inspections now, all right? All right.
Tom, is it worth to mention why we're doing that? Why they're now routines and not interims? A little history, a little background. And I'm not going to steal the show, but we're not just doing these things because we decided that it was time for a change. FHWA pointed out that the National Bridge Inspection Standards for the different types of inspections, routine, fracture critical, and underwater dive, any of those special ones, it gives us a maximum frequency. So for routines, it tells us that we have to inspect all bridges within 24 months. It also requires in there that the state have a policy and procedure in place for a subset of bridges that will require an inspection frequency that is more frequent than the 24 months. We had that. They were the load posted bridges, the bridges that were in poor condition. We had called them interim or load posted inspections, which really don't fit what the NBIS is telling us. So the feds pointed out that we needed to change those and call those a full routine and treat them as a full routine in order to be in compliance with those National Bridge Inspection Standards. So that is the big driving force of why you saw that change from the interims or the load posted inspections, whatever we want to call them, to a full routine inspection, because that is what we needed to do in order to meet the letter of the National Bridge Inspection Standards. That applies not only to the underwater dive inspections. There, we have to do those within 60 months, but we also have to have a subset defined, which we have in the policy of ones that need it more frequently. Same holds for fracture critical, which is something that we're currently working on because that was another thing that we have a hole in. We do not have a subset of fracture critical inspections required at a frequency that is more frequent than 24 months. So we are working through with FHWA to come up with a policy to select those structures that will require that.
So we don't, bottom line, we just don't do things to do things. We always have a reason. Generally speaking, 9 times out of 10, we're being told to do it from a federal standpoint for whatever reason. Because they're looking at it from a national level. They're trying to improve stuff nationally. And it's like, you know, government, you got to fit everything into a box. Anyway, the other one, I'm not going to have you call it up. In that same section behind the pie chart performance measure, I provided, this is our federal bridge engineer for Wisconsin, Joe Bellucci. He put together this, you can't call it a newsletter for some reason, but it's kind of a summary of Wisconsin that he's issued, and he shares this with all his other bridge engineers across the country. You know, 25 metric performance. He tells us how we're doing. We're going to refer back to this a little bit later. Inspection frequencies, team leader qualifications. If you get a chance, read through it. I didn't realize he even did this. I just got it about a month ago. I'm going to share it because we hear about these federal metrics a lot. And anyway, we do at the regional level, but we really don't see the outcome much. You'll see like this performance report, but like I said, there's 23 other ones or 22 other ones. I don't, and maybe I'm missing it somewhere. I don't see like a report card, unfortunately. Anyway. Next slide. And now what we're going to do, I got a series of about 3 more questions to get you guys going here this morning. That's going to lead us right into the policies, our current policies. So, all right, inspection number, or question number 2 for the morning. We're doing pretty good. Anyway, I was gonna have a session called Stump the Instructor, but then I changed it, and I'm gonna try to stump the students. Anyway, you arrive at your bridge, you do just a normal routine inspection. The ADT listed on the form is dated in 1997 with a count of 150. Does that seem familiar? Local road, 150, 20, I don't know. What should you do? Nothing. You have no idea what the ADT is, right? Stay at the bridge for 8 hours, count the vehicles, and multiply by 3. Order the municipality to perform a traffic count, or B, use engineering judgment and update the ADT year and the count. All right. Who says A? Nobody? Oh, we got one. This one? No one? 2. They're both commissioners. All right. Stay at the bridge for 8 hours, count the vehicles, multiply by 3. All the consultants are with this. Oh, no. Anybody say that one? Okay. C, tell the township to do a traffic count. Anybody say that? Or use some judgment, update the ADT and the count. 2 people? What about the rest of you? D? Okay. It's tough to do on the local system to get a traffic count. What's our requirement for ADT? Anybody? We want it current, within 5-7 years, preferably. Okay? You're on a town road, you're out there for an hour, 2 cars go by. Do you have 1,000 ADT on that road? No. Okay? If it's 150 or 200, the ADT really doesn't matter. ADT does go in the sufficiency number, but when you're on that low end, it doesn't count for nothing. So, my recommendation is get the year current, use some judgment. If you're out there and it's, you're getting run over inspecting the bridge, you got a fairly high ADT. You might want to talk to the township. I know a few townships that have counters. Tell them to put the counter out. The counties, they do counting for their paving operations. See what you guys have, okay? All the townships and the counties have to run, what's the local, the PACER? Not PACER. Is that what it is? And part of PACER is ADT. I don't know where they get their numbers, but I know some townships, they do some hose counts to update their roads. So, D is the final answer. You can always call a friend here if you want to use that option. All right? If I really stop you. Next question is, all right, we just got 3 inches of rain, and most creeks and streams are overflowing their banks. Another inch of rain is forecasted overnight tonight. You got 2 scour critical bridges in your county. You're the bridge inspector. What are you going to be doing? Okay? This is fairly similar to what happened about, a month ago around here? Okay, as bridge inspectors, what did you do? Did you find the POAs for the scour critical bridges and begin flood monitoring? As outlined in the POA, plan of action. You start monitoring all the bridge crossings in the county. You notify your program manager, PM, of the conditions and order new profiles for all the bridges because of the significant flood event, or D, all of the above. All right? Anybody for A? Couple? B? C? you say? E, phone a friend? Okay, you should be doing all of it. You need to be doing, you gotta recognize you have a flood event. These sets of questions lead right into the policies I was talking about. Okay? So yeah, POAs, definitely. You should be aware of that and start following at least the monitoring procedures outlined in that POA. You should be looking at, you guys know your bridges. You know where to flood the bridge, probably start there. And you got guys running beats. You start looking at everything. And what's the controlling limit to order a new profile? A significant flood event which is defined by a creek or stream overflowing their bank. So in this case, countywide, you should be doing all brand new profiles with this round of inspections. Okay? Questions? Chuck?
As far as the monitoring the stream with the plan of action, that responsibility comes to the owner of the bridge, correct?
That comes to the responsibility outlined in the POA.
Okay.
And most of it is, however the POAs are written, but a lot of it, they were written, falls back to the county highway department, or possibly the town or the town person. But some of these POAs, and that's why the POAs all have to be updated, were drafted in 2010. People are gone that are listed. All right? So that's one of the reasons why we're updating the POAs. All right, any other questions with this one? All right, next question. All right, you just finished a 24-month routine inspection of a bridge with a 30-ton load posting. Okay? I know, don't say anything. You downgraded the MBI super from a 5 to a 4 based on conditions. What's going to happen? A new load rating is required. B, you need to perform an interim inspection every 12 months. C, the bridge will automatically be placed on a 12-month inspection frequency. D, you should fill out a new load posting verification form, DT 2122, or nothing. Just enter the inspection and be done. All right? A, B, no B, C, a few, D, is there a couple, or E? Where's the most of you? Yeah, I saw about 15 hands go up. Okay. Answer is C. Okay. I got an error there. Anybody know what the error is? Who said it? Bernie. That's why you are the wise guy in the room. Thank you. I just noticed that. It would have been on a 12-month frequency already. Why is that? Load posted
Under 40 ton.
under 40 ton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I did see a couple in HSI, like on our bridges, I got 2 of them that were load posted and the NBI was formed, that it's still listed as a 24 month.
Load posted.
One is 35 ton and one is 40 ton.
Okay, well, it should be 12 months.
Right now, the only thing we kind of figured out is that it was done in 2014.
The
And when
next time you enter an
it
inspection,
just changed the 24 to 12.
that's what will happen. What will happen, don't worry about the 24 months. What will happen in a case like this is HSI, you enter that inspection, you drop from a 5 to a 4, HSI will automatically put it on a 12-month frequency. Okay? It's programmed to do that. And you'll see this little thing, if you enter the inspections, right under the main edit page, it'll say changing frequency to 12 months, okay? It will do it automatically. What happened last year, mid-year, we changed it. If it's, we'll be getting to that. It's in the policy, okay? Now I got one more question, Gino. Any other questions with that one? Okay, now we're on to the underwater probe question. You're performing a probe activity on a 3-span bridge where the entire channel is in span 2. And all the substructure units, all your piers are dry. What do you document for the probe activity? Document the channel condition and water depth for the channel in span 2. That's where the channel's at. You document conditions at each substructure unit. Or no documentation is necessary because all your units, substructure units, are dry. Now you only have 3 choices. Unless you want to phone a friend. A, who says A? We got 1. Anybody else? B, document condition. Okay, good area. And C, we got a couple. All right, answer is, I should add a program where it's sort. I'm talking about IT person. You need to, it's B. You still have to document on the probe each of your substructure units. Okay? And we'll be getting to that because this is one of the things I saw last year, pretty much uniform. These probes were not getting done with the routine inspection. They were blank. The form printed out, they were there, and the thought was you did a profile, you don't have to do a probe. No. You have to do your probe, you document it with the routine inspection. So, we'll be getting to show some examples of that. Any questions with that?
Can that follow line inspection, future inspection later? It's a matter of
Yeah.
scheduling somebody?
Yeah, say for whatever reason you couldn't do the probe that day, you can enter it later and say your inspection, it's 3 months later, your inspection is closed, completed. You'd have to enter it as an interim. Okay? The intent is you do it, it's like the old visual probe on the previous forms. 9 times or 9.9 times out of 10, you're doing that while you're doing the bridge inspection. There's cases it's flooding or high water or whatnot, you have to come back.